Welcome to Changing the Sales Game on webtalkradio.com. I'm your host, Connie Whitman. You know, I'm excited that you're here this week. So, as you listen to the show, I really get that trying to change your sales game, change something in your career, that we get a little angst from that. So, in the show notes, you're going to see my communication style assessment, my gift to you, and you will get 2 reports after taking the quiz via email. First report just spotlights your natural communication superpowers and how you naturally show up or how the other person just naturally receives you. Flip side, your lowest score actually represents probably a blind spot. So that's where we're speaking with people who are 180 degrees different than us. To me, that's the more important one to kind of dig in and observe so we can minimize those blind spots. That report will share with you how your message might be being received by, again, that person who speaks a little bit opposite of you. So in the show notes, you will see all my contact information, including the communication style assessment. So I'm mixing things up again this week. I didn't have a guest. There were scheduling conflicts, so I decided to just do another solo show. So to set the stage, because I want to share some things that are happening with my clients and some of the things that I think are happening probably for you as salespeople. So my motivational quote that I chose today is by John F. Kennedy, and he says, "As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them." So recently, I've been working with several banks across the United States. And in step 2 of my sales process, I teach people how to authentically and hopefully organically build rapport with clients and prospects, and even at networking events. So what I did is I created a template. I'm actually working on an AI tool that should be ready soon. But anyway, this template, right, this value statement template, I share with people in the class so that they can create these dynamic value statements to use in various venues and different situations. So at the top of the worksheet, it's simple, right? I just ask everyone kind of do a brain dump and share some fun facts about themselves and also some fun facts about the organization. The really funny thing, I guess, more than cool, the funny thing is that most people find this exercise challenging to share fun facts about themselves and ultimately create this value statement that ends up being about the organization. So they'll go on and on and on about the organization, and they'll have 2 fun facts about themselves. So what I've learned, right, doing this for so many years is that we are taught how to play small and how not to brag, right? Otherwise, we're going to appear arrogant. So the reality is that a strong value statement should reflect all of those cool, unique things that are about you or about me or whoever's creating the value statement. So people end up doing business with people we know this, right? That they know, like, and trust. Yet we give our power by saying we're bragging about the organization because I have to keep myself small. People aren't going to deal with you if you play small like that. So here's what happens. After they write their value statement, they're instructed to send it to me so that I can then go in and edit it. The kicker is that they're really good. They'll share some fun facts about themselves, and then they don't add it into the value statement. But all the fun facts about the organization, oh, they're in there, I assure you. So what I do then is when I'm editing is I always look at the fun facts first. I take the fun facts and then I weave it into whatever the essence of what they were trying to share in their value statement. So I try to bring in what's special about them back to how those special elements of them will actually help and support the clients. So I also have employees understand, or I try to help employees understand that for the value statement to be worthwhile or effective, we have to think about an iceberg, right? So the tippy top of the iceberg, that 5%, conscious mind. We know what we're doing. We know what we're saying. We kind of are deliberate in how we show up. Here's the kicker. The 95% of that iceberg, and you guys have heard me share this visual before, but that 95% under the water, that's our subconscious. Well, guess what's driving the train? The subconscious. Well, if that's true for you and me, isn't it true for our clients, prospects, and everybody at a networking event? So how do we tap into that subconscious and take that charge or that energy to create the movement to help clients or prospects or networking, whatever, to make the decision to want to work with us. So how do we tap into the client's subconscious? We have to share fun facts about us. And I call it up when I share it, I say, it's the essence of your soul. It's the essence of truly how you feel and how you are going to show up and end up obviously helping the client or whoever you serve in your community or industry, whatever it might be. Never about us, never about me, never about you. It's always about the client or prospect and how we can serve and support them. Again, moving the needle with it. I work with banks, right? So to help with their financial objectives. So to make this tangible, I just want to give you some examples so you really understand what I'm talking about. Up in New Hampshire, I had one young lady, her family actually owns a farm and she's also a banker. So in her value statement, and I use this as an example every time I teach a value statement, in hers, she wrote, "From pitchfork to pen, I am here to help you grow your business and manage your financial whatever landscape." Now, that one sentence really tells the people in her demographic, right? The people in her area and other farmers and business owners that not only does she understand the zoning and the business landscape and whatever's happening, with the local politicians, et cetera, she also understands how to help them with their financial objectives, both on the personal as well as the professional side. One sentence creates that emotional charge, that emotional connection. You don't have to say, well, I've been in banking for 100 years and I'm really good at sharing products. It's boring. Nobody cares about your products and services. We care about the essence of what are you going to do for me? So from pitchfork to pen says it all. Okay. I want to give you another example. It actually happened recently in this past month. So I had one woman that she actually owned an art studio when she was living in Virginia before she moved to New Jersey. And the other thing that was in her fun facts is that she has an MS in accounting. So she's worked in banking previously. She was an auditor in a previous life, as well as owning this art studio. So her value statement didn't spotlight, right, that artistic and that analytical kind of the way her brain works. So we wove those elements into her value statement. So what we did is we shared that she actually uses both sides of her brain simultaneously, that creative analytical ability. So how we phrased it is not only can she dig in and analyze your statements, your financial picture, your financial objectives, but then she can zoom out and create this very creative financial plan customized for the client. So you see how I just took those two unique things about her specifically, and I wove it back on how that's going to help serve her client, right? So the genius of doing that is that we connect with our client on that very subconscious and emotional level by sharing that essence of our soul and who we are at the core, but how really we're going to show up for the client. The other important thing or skill that I try to instill with everyone using these tools is to keep this, in this case, it's a Word document template. Keep it on your desktop. So as they evolve and as they have these experiences or events, whatever, revelations about these cool insights about themselves, I tell them, add it to your value statement template. So the template itself or the document becomes this living, breathing thing, and it becomes an active tool that we can use over and over again and use it quickly and efficiently before a client meeting or if we're going to a networking event. So it really helps us take all of those experiences that we have documented on this paper, right? It's a Word document, but be able to pull and pick and choose where we want or what the essence or the pieces or the cool facts, whatever you want to call them about ourselves, that uniqueness, what's appropriate depending on the venue and situation. So then when they go to the networking event, depending on who the attendees are, right? So if they're all attorneys or they're all CPAs, or if it's a mixture of small businesses, they could choose the pieces of all of the cool fun facts, right, that are appropriate for whatever that group or that person or the event potentially is. So once you create this living, breathing document, you can actually start to pull these little pieces to share appropriately, right, to connect. And what happens is we end up connecting more deeply and quickly with people, clients, and centers of influence, right, our COIs. So here's another just fun fact about me, I guess. For me, being successful in sales or in your career, you have to create these easy systems that you can tap into and use over and over again. I'm all about time management. I get a lot done in a day because I have these little mini systems that I can pull from. So yeah, I'm a management freak. I know I need to get a life, right, guys? But it really ends up simplifying and using these internal processes so that it helps me show up bigger, and then I can prepare faster. But because I know what's in that document, I know really I do know it's in my brain more than that written document. But as we're learning, have that document on your desktop so that you can prepare very quickly, but also know appropriately what fun facts you should bring to the table or share with a potential client. So using and sharing your essence, your soul, here's what ends up really happening, right? We speed up the entire sales process. So you get the client or the prospect or whoever, center of influence, to say yes more quickly, to want to work with you. It also minimizes objections, and we get the sale opened, or we get that next appointment or whatever that next step is in the sales process more quickly, but it creates less stress. And here's the other thing, man, we're having more fun because we're doing the things we like. And that should be talking to your clients, prospects, and centers of influence. So once people connect with you, it becomes so deep quickly that they want to end up also helping you and sharing their peeps with you and the fun facts, or really the things that you end up doing for them, helping them with whatever your zone of genius is, whatever your industry is, right? This will help you generate referrals, which are free, and people are bragging about you and bringing you into the equation. So we create this beautiful element of passive income. And it starts with having a prepared value statement or thinking about those really cool, fun facts about you that are unique that you bring to the table. And then always, always, always weave them back on how that unique skill or superpower, whatever, fun fact about you, how it translate and how you can help the client, because it's always about the client and what's in it for them. So when we can connect subconsciously, we're not showing, oh, look how smart I am. We're really sharing from that heart so that people do really become, they just resonate with you energetically and they want to do business with you. And then you're showing up bigger, man. You're getting out there and you're serving bigger with your potential clients, prospects, etc. Differentiate yourself from your competitor. And the only way to do that is by using a value statement, again, very dynamically, organically, and authentically. So they're my tips for today. I hope they were helpful. And I hope that this one, again, this little tool, right? A value statement, sharing some facts about you, the organization, and then making them relevant back to the client and how those superpowers are going to help the client. I hope it helps you grow your confidence. And again, keep that document filled with all of you, the secret sauces of you, so that you could confidently share and connect deeply with those that you are really trying to serve in your community, in your industry, whatever it might be. I hope this helps. Again, I gave you several things to work from, but start with fun facts about you, fun facts about your organization, and then how can you relate that again with whatever industry you're in, click it back, right, to how you're going to help that client. That's my big tip for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me today, solo episode of Changing the Sales Game with me, your host, Connie Whitman, on webtalkradio.com. You know that I am inspired and that I love that you tune in every week. And I hope I bring valuable, relevant, helpful, useful information to the table. Information is a beautiful thing. You just heard some insight. I gave you some tangible examples. What's your secret sauce? Keep it in your head. You become a secret. Bring it out into the world, and I promise you magic will happen. So please don't keep this information in your brain. Use it. Create that living document for yourself. Trust me, life becomes so much easier. Sales grow quickly. You become more relevant. You inspire others to take action. And trust me, you create passive income because you're showing up and doing the right thing. Be heart-centered, be you, and shine your light brightly, because that's what we're here to do. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in to Changing the Sales Game with me, your host, Connie Whitman. I truly am honored to have you, and that you do inspire me to continue to do the podcast and share these relevant examples with you. I love you all. Have an amazing week, and I'll see you next time. Thanks again for tuning in.